So you're welcome to another session of the ATU Library tutorial series. This tutorial is going to capture how you can download the formatting guidelines from the ATU institutional repository, that is the ATU Space. So most often, we realize that some students or a lot of students are not able to format their work properly after moving from the library, that is after checking their 1018 and getting their similarity reports. You then have to format your work appropriately so that the binding unit or the binding department will be able to bind your work for you. How then do you get to know the formatting guidelines? So we have a copy on it on the ATU Space. So you just visit the school's website, that is the atu.edu.gh as shown over here. Then you move to library. So you just click library. So when you click library, you scroll down and you search for ATU Space. So you click on ATU Space. Now, when you click on ATU Space, you realize that we have DRIPTT. So the directorate for, that is the research department, they handle the formatting guidelines. So we have two documents under DRIPTT, that is the project work formatting guidelines. So when you click on it, you realize that we have formatting guidelines for BTech and formatting guidelines for HND. Now, when you click on the formatting guidelines for BTech, you have the BTech project work formatting guidelines. You click on it. Then now we have the view open. So this is an open document that you can download. So for example, we click on the view open. The document gets downloaded. We open the document. Now, when you open the document, you just have to take note of one or two things. This document is directly from the DRIPTT or from the research directorate or the directorate of research. Now, when you download the document, just for you to know that you are doing the right thing, first of all, you realize that this is the cover page. So you should be interested in the line spacing and also the font size. That is what you need over here. So the cover page is a must. You have to get the same cover page. You change this one to your current year. You have 2021. You change it to your current year as 2022. You have the declaration. It's telling you that when you are in a group, it means that the first student's name will be here, the index number. We have the second student's name, the index number, and so forth. Declaration is also over here. So you read what we have over here so that you just put in your information over here. So if you are not in BTech in medical laboratory science, and you are in computer science, you edit this information over here. So you have your name, first student's name over here. Then you have your signature. You also have your dates over here. Now, you also have the declaration aspect over here. That is your supervisor. So you type your supervisor's name over here, the signature, and also the dates. Then you move on to dedication, acknowledgement. So as you move down, just check the line spacing also and the font size. So with the Accra Technical University, because you'll be copying this page and pasting it on your document, you realize that the Accra Technical University, the font size is 22 Times New Roman. Everything over here is also what, 14. You check this one to 14. So just click on the headings to check the font size, because these are some of the things that the research directorate will be looking to, so that to make sure that you've formatted your work properly. Then this one too is also 12. When you highlight everything and you check the line spacing, you realize that it is 1.5. So make sure that you check this one, it's 14. So your acknowledgement, the font size 14, dedication 14. It's pretty simple. You can just use some few minutes to format your work. Abstract, you realize that the heading is 14. This side must change. You put your own information over there. Now, when you have the table of contents, when you highlight the table of content, you realize that the line spacing is 1.5. You have your list of tables over here. So the font size is 14. The font size list of figures 14. Now you come to your main document. Chapter 1, you realize that the font size after clicking is what? 16. So your chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, font size should be what? 16 Times New Roman. Now you check your introduction. It falls below the chapter 1. It's what? 14. You realize that your background of study is what? 12. So when you download the document from the ATU Space, you just master, or you check for the font size and also the line spacing. So it's not something difficult that you should spend like a month or years to complete it. So now the document is accessible on the institutional repository, that is the ATU Space. You visit the school's library webpage, you can get access to it. So the font size over here is also what? 12, and the line spacing, you can also check that is what? 1.5. So you are supposed to work on the line spacing together with the font size. Now, when you come to where your diagrams and also your analysis, you realize that every table in the document, take a look at it. The font size is what? 10. That is Times New Roman. And look at how it looks very small. So we are saying that from table 4.1, table headings should be what? The font size should be what? 10. So all information in your table, even if you structure any table in your document, what you are trying to say is whatever content you have in your table must have the font size of what? 10. So you realize that everything in here is what? 10. Region 10, capital 10, first table is also what? 10. So everything that you have in your table should be what? 10. So you have this to be 12, this to be 12, chapter 5, 16, summary, conclusion, and recommendation to be what? 14. So you don't have anything to worry. So we have the references also showing what? And when you click on it, it shows what? 14. So format your work. Just take some few minutes, download the document from the ATU Space or the institutional repository, then go through to format your work properly. What we did over here is the same thing for HND2. So when you go to the ATU Space, you have the DRIPTT formatting guidelines for HND. So you click on this and you'll be able to download the document. So that is it. You now have the formatting guidelines on the institutional repository that you can just download and to guide you to format your work. Thank you once again for watching the library tutorial series. Always remember to subscribe to the channel.